Welcome to a very special day. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Yeah? Good. All right, so I thought we'd have a little fun today. I brought in a buddy of mine named Brandon Carter, who's one of the top fitness experts on YouTube. Now, I know Brandon as a dude who I just kind of clown with, and we share like common experiences and stuff. But I was actually reading his bio here, and I didn't even think of this stuff. But I thought I would share this with you before I bring him up. I think you're going to learn a lot from this dude. Okay, first of all, this guy works as a fitness model for Nike, Puma, Adidas, Men's Health, many others. He's trained pro athletes and models. At the time of writing this, his YouTube page has over 40 million views. Is that a lot? Is that a lot? He has over 350K subscribers. I predict probably like over 400,000 subscribers by the time that he posts this. Facebook's likes over 1 million. Brandon's actually written a book called Ultimate Cut: 7 Secrets to Burn Fat Fast as Hell, which is a longtime bestseller on Amazon. So if you actually enjoy what you see here today, go pick up his book. Brandon, what's your website name?
Brandon Carter.
BrandonCarter.com. Nice. BRANDON. Carter.com. This is a dude who could do some of the most incredible things physically you've ever seen in your life. Like, I remember when I first saw his YouTube, it was like, I thought I'm watching like a fucking superhuman or some shit, right? It's like it's something out of a Marvel Comics video. So, anyway, I thought that you guys would really enjoy just hearing from Brandon today. I'm gonna let him come up and rip it. And to note, while Brandon has some of the most experience in the world doing video blogs into a camera, this is actually one of his first times doing a public speaking gig and wearing a shirt. So if you guys could give him a very warm welcome. All right. Have fun, dude. Thanks for being here. Oh, no, you don't. We got it better since the last one. All right, he's going to let it rip.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you. All right, guys. How many of you guys, real serious question, and I want you to think about this hard. How many of you guys like titties? Yeah. Let me see a show of hands. Who likes titties? Who likes titties? All right, if you like titties, and I'm serious about this, stand up. Have a stand up. Say stand up. Stand up. If you like, you slow. I mean, you don't like titties, nigga? All right, if you like titties, tell your neighbor on your left and your right, say, hey, I like some titties. I like titties. All right. Sit down, you fucking perverts. I'm talking about titties in public. No, all right, that's seriously. Show of hands. How many of you have ever had a gun put in your face? Nice, man. Look like it was your fault, man. You look like a criminal. He kept his hand up. You see that? All right, I'm gonna tell you a story about the first time someone put a gun in my face. So I'm from Southside Chicago, and I must have been about 4 or 5 years old. And me and my mother used to walk to school. She used to walk me to preschool when I was about 5 in the morning. We didn't have a car, so she had to walk me there and then catch the bus to go to work. We were poor. And so it's like 5 in the morning, it's dark outside, and we're walking down the street. We're the only assholes out this morning in the cold. And I'm wearing one of them suits, you know, them like when kids wear those snowsuits. So I'm walking like this, looking silly, and I got my hand in her pocket, right? And she's holding my hand while we're keeping each other's hands warm, and we're just walking, and we're trying to rush because she needs to get to work on time. And as we're walking down 47th Street on the south side, we see this guy. He's about 6'2" or whatever. It's about my height now. We see this guy approaching us. He's wearing a big hood, big jacket, but it's Chicago in the wintertime. He's supposed to have on a fucking hood. Anything else would be irresponsible. So we see him and we don't really pay attention to him, but then he kind of stops us, walks in front of us, and my mom looks like she's trying to step around him, and then he pulls out a gun. He says, give me the fucking purse, right? And then my mom kind of just freezes. And then I feel her grab my hand. I feel like she's scared or whatever, and I'm scared too. I don't know what the fuck to do. She doesn't do anything. And then he puts the gun at me. Give me the fucking purse, bitch. And then she gives it to him. And then she's kind of like crying. He takes the purse, runs off to wherever crackheads go. And then she drops me off at school, and she's like preschool, and she's like crying and whatever, and then she leaves and goes to work, but I'm fucking mad. I'm mad as fuck. And I feel like hopeless, you know? This is the person I love the most, you know? And she's hurt. And somebody hurt her, took her purse. So I draw this like elaborate plan of how I'm gonna hunt this guy down. I get a piece of construction paper and a crayon. And I come up with this like plot how I'm gonna like hunt this guy down. It never came to fruition, you know? You gotta, because I didn't act on the plan. You gotta work your plan. But I didn't. And so, but I remember thinking that it was like, I'm feeling hopeless, you know, sad. I mean, angry and hopeless that I couldn't defend my mother, you know, when this happened. So fast forward a few years later, I start training, like for fight, you know, martial arts, a little bit of Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian, jiu-jitsu, boxing, American boxing, and I started lifting weights and working out. I started training. Not necessarily to go fight crime or anything like the Batman, but it was like I just wanted to get in better shape because I didn't want to feel that feeling again of hopelessness. You know, I didn't want to feel like I couldn't protect the people around me or myself. So I start getting stronger, and I noticed my body's starting to build up, and then I noticed I started getting more confident. I started feeling better about myself. You know, I'm not really angry anymore. Now I'm just sure of myself. And then around high school, high school's over. I built a certain proficiency at this, and I started training people as my part-time job while I'm in college. I'm training. And then I noticed that when I'm training others, especially young people, their confidence levels rise. I noticed that I'm working, we're building their body, but we're really building their fucking mind. We're really building their fucking discipline. They're feeling like, I see people become shy and they come out of their shell. And the reason is because when you're working on fitness, you gotta work on that shit every day. You gotta work, you gotta train right, you gotta eat right, you gotta sleep right, and you gotta set these goals every day, these little benchmarks, things you have to accomplish. And if you do those things, if you set those goals, those daily goals, and then do them, then you start to believe in yourself. You start to believe, you keep the promises you make to yourself. You start to believe that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do. And that builds a certain kind of integrity, a certain kind of confidence. You start to exude it. It's some shit that you can't duplicate, you can't fake. It's not bullshit swag, you know what I'm saying? Or like, it's a confidence that's based on the fact that you're keeping the promises you're making yourself. It's integrity. I fast forward a few more years. It's about 20 years after me and my mother were robbed at gunpoint. I'm walking down the street in Queens Boulevard. That's where I live now, Queens, New York. And I hear, help, help. And those girls like, help, help, help. And I don't know where it's coming from exactly, but I hear it coming from behind a black SUV. So I run across the street, see what's happening. And then when I get around the SUV, I see this fucking guy, big ass guy. He had tattoos on his neck and chest like you. And he's like my height, but he was bigger than me. And that's not some shit I say all the time, you know, I like to admit, but he was bigger than me. And he had tattoos on his arms. He looked like a fucking X-Man, right? And he was grabbing this woman. She was about 5'4", 120 pounds or something, not like a small woman. He was grabbing her by the arm. And she was trying to get away. She was trying to get away from this dude. But in the other, she couldn't though, because he was grabbing her arm. In the other arm, she had a fucking baby. She had a fucking baby in her arm. And she's yelling, help, help, and the baby's crying. He's not feeling the shit either. And the dude sees me. He's bigger than me now, mind you, bigger and stronger than me. Like if I had to place a bet on who would win, I'd say this guy. But I came at him with such intensity. What the fuck is you doing, nigga? And he was a white guy. but fuck is you doing, nigga, is what came out my mouth. It seemed appropriate. I didn't care about being politically correct or even accurate. It just seemed like the right thing to say. So, and it worked. What the fuck is you doing, nigga, was effective because he let her go. He released her. And then he kind of like, he backed up, but he didn't back up like he was ready to, he didn't back up like he was ready to fight. He backed up like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? And she ran, she cuffed the baby, and she ran off. And she said, she yelling, thank you. And I saw her, she ran. I swear to God, I fucking looked in the baby's eyes. He was like over her shoulder looking at me. And I fucking caught his eyes. And I remembered like, fuck. I know that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I was there when I was younger. When I was in the same position, I was glad. I don't know what was going on between that guy and the girl, you know, and the, you know, bitches be tripping. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But the baby was in danger. And if nothing else, I just feel like I know what it's like to be in that position. And I was glad that I was able to help him. Now, I think about why when I ran and saved this woman and her baby, like a white knight, what was that? Do you think that was courageous? Who do you think it was courageous? Nah, it wasn't. See, I get why you say that, but it wasn't. It was fucking confidence, right? Let me explain to you. Like, when you're confident, you believe. You know, like I had the belief. I have the belief because of my over 2 decades of training and fucking learning how to combat that I can probably beat up the average person. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. I can probably beat the shit out the average guy. Unless you're like a professional fighter, professional soldier, or fucking Batman, you're probably like, I'm gonna put the money on me. I feel like I got a good shot. So it was like confidence. I wasn't really scared. See, you have to be scared to be courageous. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's like, for instance, if I go into the fucking ocean, if I swim out into the fucking ocean like a mile, that's gonna take courage for me. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I can barely swim because I haven't had that kind of training. I'm heavy and I'm black, so I don't swim that well. But like, if Michael Phelps goes down and swims a mile in the ocean and back, he's not fucking using, it's not courageous, it's confidence. He's built that skill set. He's been training all this fucking life for this shit. It doesn't take fucking courage for Michael Phelps to swim. That's confidence, man. He knows it. The dictionary definition of confidence is the feeling or belief that one can rely on something or someone. Firm trust. Michael Phelps believes that shit. Me, it's gonna be like, all right, you know, it's gonna take courage. You follow me, man? You got me? All right, cool. So when I ran up, I was like, I just believed in myself, man. It wasn't like, so if I didn't have the skill set, it would have took courage, I'm sorry. Confidence comes from competence, right? If you're good at something, you automatically have the confidence. Like a lot of people worry about, ask me how do I get confidence? You gotta get good at something, right? Like for instance, if Owen goes and talks to a bunch of girls, it's not like he's got to get courage to do it. Nah, if you read the game and shit, you know, he fucking studied this shit for mad long, right? So he has competency in that, right? If some guy who's never talked to a girl, he's gonna take courage for him to do that. You get it? You feel me? Yeah. Raise your hand if you fucking feel me. Yeah. These smart fucking guys, man. And a lot of people will be like, yo, but Brandon, fucking confidence shouldn't be based on the outside. It should be like an inner knowing and like a love for yourself. And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. The fuck is you talking about? I can love myself all I want, but that don't mean I can fucking do my own plumbing, right? I shouldn't be confident in my ability to fix a pipe because I never did that shit before. That'd be delusional. It doesn't matter how cool I think I am. I'm not a plumber, right? But, so if I do go decide to fucking do my own plumbing, it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to get some books and reading. It's gonna have to take courage. I'm gonna have to fucking be brave and, all right, let me try. But if I call a plumber, it doesn't take fucking bravery for him to do that shit. That's confidence, man. He just go there, oh, you got some fucking pipes. All right, cool. And he fucking fixes shit, takes my money and goes home. All right, it's no fucking big deal. Or like, but yo, you gotta have confidence to come from like this inner knowing that you're so, it shouldn't come from the outside world, it should be inside you. That's what some fucking hippie always tries to tell me. Like, I love my fucking grandma. She's almost 100 years old. She voted for the first black president in the last election, and her mom was a fucking slave, right? So she got to see all that in between. I love her, she's awesome. She loves herself, I know it. But I don't have any fucking confidence in her. I have so little confidence in her that we don't even leave her alone for a day. She fucking died, right? She can't get her own food and water. She can barely like move around. So just because you love a motherfucker doesn't mean you should be confident in their ability. Like you see a baby, you love fucking babies, everybody loves a baby, but if you leave him alone for a day, he'll fucking die. He's not good at anything. He has no fucking skills. He's good for nothing. They suck at staying alive on their own. You've always got to fucking stop them from killing themselves. They'll fucking stick their hands in the fucking sockets. They'll drink fucking cleaner. You can love them though. That doesn't mean you don't love them or they're not awesome, right? It just means that they fucking suck at shit. You know, they're not good at anything. You shouldn't have any confidence in a fucking baby, right? Because so a lot of people they can confuse self-love with confidence. It's not the same thing, man. It's not the same fucking thing. So like, how do you get confidence? You get good at shit. Confidence comes from competence, right? So it's a good thing that you guys are here, right? Because you're trying to gain competency and gain, right? Presumably, that's why most of you here, right? And you learn, so you went and learned from the masters. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they know all about this shit. They wrote books on it, have hundreds of courses. Like they live this shit. So you guys are building your competency in it. So right now, a lot of you, it may take courage for you to go talk to women. That's still cool. Go do it, because you need that. But soon you'll be confident that it's just, you'll have confidence. And that's like a higher level. That's a display of like mastery. You know what I'm saying? You won't have any fear, but you got to get through that. It's like when a baby learns to walk. He's like, he takes 1 step and he's like falls down. It takes courage for him to get back up after you fail. Just like it's gonna take when you guys go, a lot of you guys are gonna go out and get rejected tonight. And you're gonna have to get back up and do it again. And then the baby, he falls again. You're gonna get back up and try. You're gonna get rejected again. Get back up and try. But sooner or later, the fucking baby, he gets it. And now he's walking around. And now we all grow up. It doesn't take fucking courage for me to walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty confident in my ability to walk. It's not like a debate, and that's how it's gonna be with y'all with game, man, when y'all study this shit. Or fitness, right? That's my space. But I train people, like, if you want to learn from me, I'm not gonna try to sell y'all no shit. I got a free program called the Simple Six-Pack Solution. You can download that shit, or you can just type my name in the internet. Some dope shit will come up. I'm gonna keep it short, man, because I know y'all really ready to go out and get rejected a bunch of times. But I want y'all to do that shit, right? Because that's gonna help. You're gonna build the skills. You know, every no gets closer to a yes. Get a bunch of no's, man. I'm kind of fucking done, man. This is my first speech. They brought me here presumably because I'm a fitness motherfucker. I didn't really say nothing about reps and sets. So if y'all got any questions, man, I'll answer them for a minute, because then I'm going to the strip club, spearing Rhino. So who got some questions and shit? Nobody? All right, cool. All right. Thanks. Oh, no, you got a question. You was bashful.
What's your daily routine look like?
As far as what?
It's like your morning routine.
Oh, my morning routine? I wake up at like around 7-ish. And then I sleep with my phone on airplane mode, and I don't turn it on until 12, because I'm trying to work, because I work from 8 to 12, like hard. Like I wake up at 7, I meditate, then I go I get showered, listen to some fucking aggressive gangster rap. I want to hear songs about people killing each other for money in the morning, because it helps me put me in the mindset that I'm gonna go attack the day. You know what I'm saying? And then I get fully dressed. I work from home. I run my own business, and I'm usually at home. So I go to my office. I get fully dressed to work in my office alone. I don't know why. It just feels like if I stay in my underwear, I won't have the right frame, man. I'll be like, I'll watch these Key and Peele reruns, you know. But if I'm fully dressed, I feel like it's time to go to work. So then I do that and I work from 8 to 12. And then I turn my phone on. See, the phone, that's the biggest distraction. That's why they made y'all turn your phones off. The biggest distraction, man. Like a fucking girl. Every girl is like, just can't stay off her phone. I don't want to be that motherfucker. I want to get work done. I want to accomplish shit. I don't know if that helped you or not, man, but that's just what I do. You in the back.
Like when I listen to you talk, you come off as very authentic. Is that a skill you acquired? And if so, how did you acquire it?
That's probably lack of skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been trained to be unauthentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, there's a lot of speaking shit you can do. And I know some of it. Like, I could have had you, like, for instance, I was just like joking when I made y'all like get up and say, that's like a speaker thing, you know? And then to me, I just did it to make myself laugh. So, but I appreciate that it come off authentic. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's probably just I don't have those same kind of training that some of the other guys do.
How about like pre-workout shakes, post-workout shakes, and these deals?
Oh man, yeah. The best. Listen. Here's the thing about supplements. It's like they're supposed to supplement your diet, right? So like, you can't out-supplement a bad diet, right? You can't out-train a bad diet. Like I think it goes like this. The most important thing is your diet, then training, then supplements. But I don't think you should even fuck with supplements unless you have your diet and training dialed in. Then you're wasting your motherfucking money, man. Like people think they're gonna, and I own a fucking supplement company, I'm telling you this shit. For real. Like for real, I own a supplement company. We have two products out now, a fat burning supplement called T-Rex, T-E-A-R-E-X-X. And we have a pre-workout, the best pre-workout on the market, called Rebellion pre-workout. You can get them both on Amazon if you want, or don't, right? Who gives a fuck? You shouldn't fuck with any supplements until your diet and your training are really dialed in, you know? And then you take supplements if you want to go to the next level. But anyone who tells you they're mandatory is being disingenuous.
So for an average guy, like with a normal diet, do you recommend like post-workout shakes and stuff?
Average guy.
Protein and stuff?
I mean, listen, here's the thing about protein.
To get big, you know?
Yeah, it's like, it's not magic, you know? Like whey protein is a byproduct of the milk manufacturing process. So it's basically like, it's a dairy product. I mean, it's a byproduct of the cheese manufacturing process. So it's basically a dairy product, right? It's no magic within it. You can get your protein from anywhere. Sometimes it's just a convenient way to get protein, especially immediately, right? It's like, so if I'm in the gym, I can drink a shake, some whey protein post-workout, right in my bag, instead of carrying the fucking steak with me to the goddamn gym. But if you can get it from real food, then get it from real food, if that's your preference. Or like when I'm gaining, like sometimes I like shakes to make, like I can make them calorically dense, and I can get a lot of calories that I need to gain, put on some size without, it's easier to drink it than to eat it sometimes. Just more convenience for me. Yeah, man.
Thank you. Would you mind sharing some of your like favorite books that really helped you grow as into who you are and top 3 or something?
Oh, thanks, man. All right, my favorite book of all time is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Great book.
Yeah, that's my number 1 on my list. And I'll tell you a story. Let me tell you a quick story about that book. How that book kept me out of jail, man. Like I was I was in this town. I can't tell you where I was or who I was with. We'll call this guy AA Ron, who was driving the car. I was with AA Ron and Nigger Jimmy in the back. All right, so Nigger Jimmy in the back, AA Ron was driving. And we had just went and picked up 2 ounces of something. Substance. And Nigger Jimmy went to get it because I ain't know the people, but he knew him. So I gave Nigger Jimmy my money, and he ran up the place to the apartment building. He waited mad long. I was like, fuck. I don't know Nigger Jimmy like that. If he fucking stole this money from me, because if my money went, I'm gonna go fucking haywire. But he was friends with AA Ron, who was my boy, and I figured that he wouldn't want AA Ron's death on his hands. So I waited, and he brought it. And then he hands it to me, and he's like, go, go, go. And we start going, and I put it underneath my seat, because we didn't have time to stash it, and we just start driving, because where we was going wasn't too far. And then we see the cops behind us, like almost immediately. And everybody's like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, yo, AA Ron, man, you want to outrun these motherfuckers or what? You know, I was ready to on some OJ on some OJ and AJ Simpson shit. And then, well, he didn't. He just pulled over, and then a lady cop came. And then, I don't know, man, I started using all that fucking How to Win Friends. I was smiling, like you said. I was asking her name, and then I made her laugh, like I was charming her. And she's like, all right, guys, listen, I stopped you because you guys were driving without your lights on. You know, AA Ron was so nervous he didn't put his lights on. It was nighttime. And then I feel like the book kept me out of jail, man. Like, 'cause I was ready to fucking sprint off into the darkness. But I ain't had to do that. And it's just like that book, man, it's helped me in so many ways. So How to Win Friends, Influence People, Tony Robbins, Awakening the Giant Within, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Influence by, however you say his name, Think and Grow Rich, and is there another one? I have a YouTube video where I go over my whole top 10.
6 pillars of self-esteem. 6 pillars of self-esteem.
Oh, no, I never read that. Yeah. Nah, man. All right. Any more questions?
What are you most proud of and least?
I'm most proud of these nuts. No, I'm just joking. No. I'm just fucking around. All right, for me, man, listen, I came from fucking nothing in Southside Chicago, you know, and fucking power. I mean, there's other places in the world where it's worse. Like, there's probably motherfucking Syria right now who has it worse than me, you know, than I did. But nothing in Chicago. It's as far as America's concerned, it's a bad environment, and I came out of that, and it's but I did some wrong stuff. But then when I finally turned everything around and started going everything on the right path, that's when I really started to succeed. So to be able to, we have 10 employees now, my business, and we I don't know, to be successful out of that is what I'm most proud of, I guess, you know, and hopefully there's like, I get the message that there's kids from my environment who see that and like, oh, this is a way you can do it without being a criminal or an athlete or a rapper, you know? This is another option. So I guess that's what I'm most proud of. And I guess I'm least proud of this 1.5 I smashed back in the day, man, and my friends all seen me and it was like, fuck. And they never let me live that down. They never let me live that down. You had a question, yeah.
How can you train yourself to sleep less and get more out of your sleep?
Oh yeah, you shouldn't. I try to get more sleep. I try to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I know that's not really feasible for everyone, but I mean, there's just a lot of literature that shows that, like studies show that that's how you get optimal testosterone levels and just better energy. Like most people like are sleepy and they're trying to get all these uppers. They don't get enough sleep, so they drink all the Red Bull and they take all the stuff and to stay awake. I'm like, man, if you just would have got enough sleep, you might not. Maybe you'd be straight, you know. So I mean, when people tell me, you know, Arnold, you slept 6 hours a day. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess. I guess I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I need to sleep more. But yeah, I think sleep. There's a lot of literature that shows sleep is. This is one study that Stanford University did where they had basketball players sleep. They took different groups of athletes. Basketball players sleep 10 hours a night. Their shot average improved. They took swimmers and sprinters and had them sleep 10 hours a day, and you can Google this shit. And they had and their times improved. LeBron James sleeps 10 hours a day. Roger Federer sleeps 10 hours a day. I think it's more like everyone wants to say Arnold only slept 6 hours a day. I hear it all the time. He's clearly an outlier, and he was on drugs. Like, admittedly, I mean that's my man or whatever. But I'm just saying. You make it. Me and you got to make our own testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was injecting it, so I don't know if it's applicable. Yep.
So as you age, what do you notice of your body outside of maybe energy or, you know, obviously Owen said sex drive. Like, what do you notice about yourself that you either need to do or you see deteriorating or whatever?
I'm like 32 now. And I got stronger in my 30s. I don't know, man, I was like way stronger. Like it was like a noticeable strength increase. But I need to sleep more. Like when I was in my 20s, I got away with like sleeping 5. I didn't really notice it affecting me, but I notice it affecting me now when I'm older. And sex drive, I probably went to a less psychotic level, you know. So like it was out of hand when I was younger, but now I feel like it's manageable. And there's a whole. If you read Think and Grow Rich, the chapter on sex transmutation, he talks about how like a lot of men don't start really becoming successful until they get older because their sex drive decreases a little bit and they can finally focus, get some shit done. I seem to be one of those guys. It's still in a good position, but it's just not like the point where it's all I think about. It's like I don't think about it all the time, where I like fly to Vegas and do conferences on how to pick up women because I'm so horny. No, I'm just joking. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.